Hello everyone, welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. Hungarians are casting their ballots in parliamentary elections, with Prime Minister Viktor Orban facing his most significant electoral challenge in 16 years. Orban's Fidesz party, a Eurosceptic nationalist faction, is reportedly trailing Peter Magyar's upstart center, right opposition Tisza party by 7 to 9 percentage points in recent opinion polls. Orban's campaign portrayed the election as a choice between war and peace, accusing Magyar of potentially dragging Hungary into Russia's war with Ukraine, a claim Magyar denies. However, many Hungarians are expressing weariness with Orban's lengthy tenure, citing 3 years of economic stagnation and soaring living costs. Some younger voters even contemplate leaving the country if Orban secures another victory. Magyar, a former government insider, has rapidly gained support by capitalizing on public discontent over the economy, despite an electoral system traditionally skewed in favor of Fidesz. The election is under close international scrutiny, particularly by the European Union, which has criticized Orban for alleged democratic backsliding and erosion of media freedom. For neighboring Ukraine, Orban's potential defeat could be crucial, possibly unblocking a €90 billion EU loan vital for its war efforts against Russia, and depriving Russia of a key ally within the bloc. Al Jazeera. NBC News reports that the FBI has officially designated a suspected Chinese cyber intrusion into a government surveillance system as a major incident, highlighting significant risks to U.S. national security. This hack reportedly compromised sensitive information pertaining to domestic law enforcement. The FBI recently briefed lawmakers on the incident, which former officials suggest points to a considerable U.S. counterintelligence failure, especially given recent Chinese hacking operations targeting critical infrastructure and telecommunications firms. The FBI and the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency have declined to comment. This incident appears to utilize methods similar to those of Salt Typhoon, a Chinese hacking effort uncovered in 2024 that breached telecommunication providers and stole FBI wiretap data. Senator Mark Warner, vice chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee, emphasized the persistent threat from sophisticated cyber adversaries and criticized government cybersecurity staff reductions, which he believes make the country's digital defenses vulnerable. Focus Taiwan reports that Chinese authorities unveiled 10 new policy measures aimed at strengthening ties with Taiwan on Sunday, coinciding with the final day of Kuomintang, KMT, chairperson Cheng Li-wen's visit to China, announced by China's Taiwan Affairs Office following Cheng's meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping. These measures include resuming individual travel for residents of Shanghai and Fujian province to Taiwan and pushing for full normalization of direct cross-strait passenger flights, support for new flight routes between Taiwan and Chinese cities like Urumqi and Xi'an, along with Kinmen County's shared use of Xiamen-Xi'an International Airport, were also detailed. Other proposals include facilitating access for Taiwanese agricultural, fishery, and food products to the Chinese market, and establishing regular communication mechanisms between the Chinese Communist Party and the KMT. While the KMT welcomed these as a gift, reflecting goodwill and promoting peaceful development, questions remain about their practical implementation, particularly under Taiwan's Democratic Progressive Party government, as any easing of travel or flight restrictions would require intergovernmental coordination. According to Yonhap News Agency, South Korean Industry Minister Kim Young-kwon announced on Sunday that Saudi Arabia has agreed to prioritize oil shipments to South Korea. This commitment comes as Seoul actively seeks alternative supply routes through the Red Sea, prompted by the effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz due to ongoing conflict in the Middle East. South Korean authorities are planning to dispatch 5 Korean-flagged vessels to Yanbu, a Saudi port city on the Red Sea coast, to facilitate these new routes. Minister Kim also mentioned the possibility of naval escort operations by the Cheongki unit's Daejeong destroyer to ensure safe passage. Furthermore, the South Korean government is exploring diversifying its crude oil imports by increasing purchases from countries like the United States and Kazakhstan. This strategic shift is crucial given the recent surge in oil prices following U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran, which has heightened concerns over South Korea's economic growth and inflation, as the nation heavily relies on Middle Eastern energy imports. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.